Do you feel that you've ever been vulnerable, Marcus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
You say what?
I hope
What
so.
you say, Shan? Yeah.
I said
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
hope
you
you
so.
know that love is so I know that you like love your wife and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Would you say you've been vulnerable, AP?
Truly, truly, truly vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
One time in my life, she
Mm.
and she fucked it up for everybody else.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, I said what I said.
Now, do
There,
you think
didn't
you
I
can ever
tell
get to
y'all it
that
be one
point?
person that messes up for everybody?
Do you think you can ever get to that point again, especially now that you do have a wife?
One time in my life, I was truly, truly vulnerable, and she fucked it up for everybody else.
Oh wow.
Is my answer.
Okay.
he's standing on that.
Wow.
He's standing on that. Um, so it's a weird thing because it cheat us like so you know how man be like don't allow a man doing you wrong to turn you into somebody that's out here doing yourself wrong by hoeing around. Like because you got fucked over by a guy you loved and you want to be monogamous, you want monogamous. Now you just doing dicks. That messes you up more than it messes the other person up.
When it comes to real feeling type stuff, since I don't really get in my feelings these days, there's really nothing to divulge to say. Right? There's really nothing because I think through stuff a little bit better than I used to. I process a little bit differently than I used to. So thus I don't get emotional one way or the other. I don't get super mad and I don't get super sad and I don't get super happy. I'm I'm pretty level headed about most stuff all the time. I think through it. So there's really not a lot to be vulnerable about. Like for example, I'll share this. Um, my mom when my mom passed away, I get a phone call. I'm about 3.5 hours from where my mom lived. I get a phone call from my sister, and she told me that my mom had passed away. In my head, I'm saying this for the first time ever out loud to anyone. So chat, play like you didn't hear this. In my head, what I actually thought was, and I love my mama to death. Like that, you only get one. Her lifestyle is the reason why she passed away, and I'm surprised it took this long.
Mm.
That's actually what
Why
went
you
through
say
my
that
head.
though? What happened?
Poor eating habits, not really going to the doctor when she should, not really taking the medicine the way she was supposed to. And she was 63. But in my head, it
Sorry to
was
hear
it, I mean, this was 7 years ago. I want to say in my head, 8 years ago. In my head, like that's really what I thought.
Mm.
That's really my honest thought. So oftentimes, I know you guys see me on this pod, and I'm thinking, and you see the pauses, and there's things I know I want to say, but I have to reword it and I have to think through it. Most of the time, I'm thinking through to get the answer to craft the answer or the response the way I need to, because typically I believe each person is accountable for their own life. And each situation that you're in, you're the result of that, like what your choices led you to that.
Mm.
So when I see we saw the picture of the chick that, how could I know my boyfriend of 3 years is getting married? It's just your fault. In my mind, that is like you let that happen to you.
Mm.
Like that's on you for not seeing the signs or wanting something and not expressing it to the dude. That, that's on you. So y'all, I'm being very vulnerable tonight. It might be it might be what I'm sipping on a little bit, combined with a little bit of Monster. But
what you drinking.
Mind your own business, Shan.
And the reason I ask that is because I think about my personality. And I know for me to feel truly
I love your personality. Go ahead.
thank you. To feel truly connected is, I guess, I don't know, like when we talk about love languages, I don't know if this is one of them, but I need that emotional connection. And for me, part of that emotional connection is vulnerability. And like for you, how you were saying, like, well, one person messed it up and I will never, like, that makes me think, is your current wife, is she not as expressive in terms of emotional connection as well? Because I would think that that would be the kind of energy that you would put out. Because I'm thinking, if I was with you, hypothetically speaking, that
You would love it. Go ahead.
questions regarding your life, to try and get an emotional connection of vulnerability from you.
So what I can say is that she's quite expressive, and I'm not talking like negative expressive. I mean, like she expresses that the super high happy and the super low sad. Like it's like in she doesn't mind being that expressive, and I personally I love it because I don't have that in me.
Okay.
So
Got
like it's literally the yin to my yang,
gotcha.
and I think that I don't want to speak for her, but I would say that I center her a little bit with those emotions because I don't really have that range.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
I think
Like
that's probably most men.
so yeah, like I remember I think had a line. He was like, I want to see my baby so I could see a part of me that wasn't always crazy. So like I think a lot of times we can take the association from the people we look like. So for men in general, you see the people you love being happy can make you happy, like the thing was done for you. Or you know so I think that's kind of what you described with his wife, like seeing her go through extreme highs. He can feel it by proxy, even though it's not his specific emotion. It
Mm,
feels like it is, because the people that we charge, that are under our charge, can make us feel that way by them feeling that way. Like
mm.
seeing your kids laugh and play, seeing your wife happy, seeing the people that you love happy, it can make you happier. So yeah, I feel you on that.
Okay.
Marcus, can you go back to what you were saying? I don't think you finished your thought about men robbing themselves about something.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say was that, like, women can rob themselves of being the woman that they supposed to be by feeling like they hurt. And then, like Jay said, once a good girl gone, she gone forever, more forever. I gotta live with the fact I did you wrong forever. So she no longer is the woman that she was prior to that, and could have been loved in the way that she really wanted to and could have appreciated. The same with the vulnerability in men. If you allow yourself to become closed off from that negative experience, then you cheat yourself out of the interaction that you could potentially have if you could open back up and be vulnerable to the right type of person. But that's dependent on the type of trust level you have for that person.
I
I, I,
totally agree. I agree to that.
I
Because
but
I even noticed too, just for me personally, before I got to the point where I would say I have shared 100% of my life, so to speak, with my husband, that the stuff that I withheld, I don't know, it made me feel some kind of way, like I was literally holding back. And I think once I got to the point where, and some of it was the being afraid of judgment. You know what I'm saying? I think that part, because you just don't know. But I think when I got to the point that I was willing to just risk it all and be like, F it, I'ma just share, like, the level of closeness, I would say, the depth of love, the depth of knowing who he was, the type of person that I was able to feel comfortable enough at that point to say, F it all, I'm going to just put it all out there, lay it all on the table, and just whatever he does with it. The fact that I was able to get to that point and then him respond the way that he did, it made me grow, I would say, have an even deeper affection for him because of that. And so I'm thinking, had I never just laid everything on the table, that I would have missed out on what I experience now, because that was more of me than it was on him.